Traders should be disappointed by the US GDP data, as the first estimate of the economic growth came in worse than the forecast. Nevertheless, the flash figure for the first quarter is still stronger than the economic growth in the previous quarter. That is enough to confirm a positive trend. As a result, the US dollar regained footing and clicked into gear. What other events could provide the US currency with the extra support in the first half of the trading week? Let's watch a video calendar on InstaForex TV channel. Today, apart from a series of manufacturing PMIs for the EU countries, traders will get to know a similar manufacturing PMI for the United States. During the New York trade, experts at Market Economics will release the final PMI, and the Institute for Supply Management will present its manufacturing PMI. Both indicators are likely to surge to record highs, thus proving a boom in the US industry. An upbeat reading is set to propel a rally of dollar-denominated assets in anticipation of the strong employment data from the US Labor Department. On Tuesday morning, market participants will find out news from Australia, trade balance data, and policy decisions of the Reserve Bank of Australia. Both events are going to be bullish for the Australian currency. Analysts project a wider trade profit because of higher exports in March. Besides, investors are likely to cheer rhetoric of the monetary authorities, as the central bank is expected to maintain the key interest rate at 0.10%. At the same time, the market is anticipating that the regulator will acknowledge positive trends in macroeconomic statistics, such as moderate inflation and steady employment growth. On Tuesday, the US Commerce Department is also due to report on trade balance for March. However, such data is of secondary importance for the US economy, whose main driving force is consumer spending. Notably, the last trade balance report logged the utmost deficit for the whole period, often conducting such surveys, but it made no impact on the US dollar. This time, the consensus suggests that a trade deficit will post another dismal figure in March. On Tuesday, Canada, the US key trade partner, is also due to provide its trade balance report for March. Trade data for February revealed upbeat trends in Canada's economy. Indeed, a positive trade profit for 2 months straight was last seen only at the end of 2016. Experts are not so optimistic about a trade profit for March, waiting for a modest correction. On Wednesday, traders will find out fresh evidence of trends in the key Eurozone economies. Market Economics will unveil final PMIs for the service sector of the Eurozone's countries and the composite PMI for the whole Euro bloc. The revised manufacturing PMIs were downgraded, though they remained at elevated levels. On Wednesday, the actual services PMIs could be slightly below the preliminary data. However, the euro will hardly weaken in response. Market participants have high expectations for an ISM manufacturing PMI for the US economy. March readings both for the service and manufacturing sectors surged to historic highs after the pandemic restrictions had been lifted. This released deferred demand for various services, thus providing manufacturing and service companies with a boost. The US dollar is set to extend its advance, and so are the dollar-denominated assets. On Wednesday, don't miss the ADP National Employment Report, which is considered to be a preview of the official report from the US Labor Department. The median forecast suggests an increase in the US employment in April. Importantly, the Federal Reserve views full employment as the signal to revise its monetary policy. The non-farm payroll will provide fresh evidence of robust hiring in the US public and private sector. factors that will assure traders to open more long positions on the US dollar. You were watching Forex Trader Calendar on InstaForex TV channel with me, Kate Tichina. We wish you profitable deals with InstaForex.